call this January the 8th, 2018 meeting of the Fayette County Area Plan Commission to order. Please join me in a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next, we'll have a roll call.
Okay, so I take Brian out.
For Stephanie
Stephanie
McCann.
McCann. Here. Leota.
Here.
Frank Jackson. Chad Frank.
Here.
Warren Sudoff.
Here.
Ruby Seiler.
Here.
Ed Harrell.
Here.
Jason.
Here.
Dick O'Neill.
Here.
Bill McDaniel.
Present.
Colin Judd.
Here.
And myself.
And Mr. Jackson called me, and there's some personal things came up that he couldn't be in attendance tonight.
Okay, next on the agenda is the approval of minutes. We do not have the November 13th
I haven't
minutes,
done yet.
the December 11th meeting, joint meeting with the APC and the BZA. Should be in front of you.
I move to accept as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second, thank you. We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have introduction of new members.
And we have, Mr. O'Neill was reappointed by the mayor. So Mr. O'Neill will be with us for another 4 years at least. And Stephanie McCann, if you could just, I don't want to get what you did to school and everything wrong, so if you could just briefly.
My name is Stephanie McCann. I am principal at Maplewood Elementary. I recently was appointed that position in May after teaching there for 14 years. Lifelong resident of Fayette County.
Okay. Welcome to the Area Plan Commission.
Thank you.
All right. We don't have any hearings this evening, so the next thing on the agenda will be the election of officers. Okay, so the first office up for election is the office of president. Do we have any nominations?
Second. I'll second that motion.
Is there any other nominations?
I move the nominations be closed.
I'll second it.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
Yep, that train left the station pretty darn fast.
Next, we'll have election of the vice president. Are there any nominations for the office of vice president?
I nominate Richard O'Neill.
Have a nomination of Richard O'Neill. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Is there any other nominations?
I move the nominations be closed.
Second to
I'll
the
second that.
motion made and seconded to close nominations. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Mr. O'Neill. Next, we have the election of secretary for the commission.
I move we retain Bev as our secretary.
Second the motion.
Motion second to retain Beth. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Very good. Next, we have appointments. So we open the floor for nominations for an executive director for the Area Plan Commission.
I move we retain Bill McDaniel. for that position.
There's a motion and a second to retain Bill McDaniel. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we have an appointment for the commission attorney.
I nominate Colin Judd.
Have a motion and a second to Colin Judd.
And Colin.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And then the next thing is the APC citizen appointment to the BZA.
Okay, now, Stephanie, this one right here is that on this particular appointment is a member of, Jason is already appointed by the commissioners to a dual position. And this is all as per the Indiana code. So Jason is appointed by the commissioners to a position as both the Plan Commission and the Zoning Board. Now, the other four members of the Zoning Board, the commissioners make two appointments as the, well, actually, wait a second, yeah, another appointment. The mayor makes two appointments, and then there's one member of the Plan Commission appointed, and it has to be one of the citizens, which would be the Mr. O'Neill, Mrs. Seiler, and really Mr. Harrell, because those are the four citizen appointments.
So, with that in mind,
I'll nominate Ruby Seiler as a citizen appointment.
very good. We have a nomination for Ruby Seiler as a citizen's appointment. Is there a second?
I second it.
And there's a second. Motion and second for Ruby Seiler. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Ruby.
Thank you.
Okay, next, annual plan.
Right in front of the annual plan is the annual schedule. Now, with Leota, with Mrs. King, you'll probably notice if you look down to November, actually that should be, let's see, actually October. Actually, it's supposed to be Tuesday, but since we also have a holiday, well, actually, yeah, Tuesday. I think there's one other month, but I have to check on that. Okay, in October, for Columbus Day, if you look on there, you'll notice that the meeting is set for a Tuesday rather than a Wednesday, as per your request.
By my request?
Well, since you didn't want to, you asked me not to have it,
Yeah.
to have it on Wednesdays, as far as
Yeah,
those
Columbus
meetings on
Day.
those times.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
oh, you're welcome. Now, I think that someplace in there, I must not have made a change, but there is one date on another month. I think it might be Veterans Day this year, that I should have had it on Tuesday rather than Monday. So I'll just verify that and then I'll make that change, and so I'll get everybody next month, if necessary, a corrected schedule for the meetings. Okay. Now then. All right, annual plan, as made reference to last month, is to finish with the, hold a public meeting, then hold a public hearing for the sign regulations. And then that will be to get the information then online from John Pazzi, which will be an explanation of why this was done, the existing sign regulations, and then the proposed sign regulations. And of course, emphasizing the rationale why these changes are made and the basic things that are changing. So I'd like to ideally in March then be able to hold the public hearing. Okay, now then in January. Now then, another project would be, we've talked about urban agriculture. And just this last week is I had another phone call with someone about wanting to know if they could have chickens on a residential parcel. They're hoping to have more, but it's only just over 1 acre. So at the location they're at, the ambiguous nature. But once again, I think it's something for us. I think to go ahead and make those changes. And what I will do is I'll get everybody the notes and the things that I have pulled together, and then some of the other documents I've gotten from elsewhere for the different aspects of urban agriculture. And so if nothing else, at least the city chickens, then doing something about with urban beekeeping, and then whether or not the plan commission would want to approach the dealing with things such as the pygmy goats, as far as for both meat and primarily dairy. Okay, I think those are the primary things right there in that. Okay. And then there's the home occupation regulations, which is, and I really would like to bring, those would be number 3. And then I'd really like then to go back through, should time permit toward the end of the year, to revise and collect some more data on, really at the fees and the actual cost of the services that we have based on time, vehicle use, and so on per inspection. And that's it in me with the annual plan, if there's any questions about it.
Anyone have questions for Bill? Okay.
Yeah, if you feel more comfortable about waiting until next month and look at this more closely and devise any questions that you might have, I think you might want to go ahead and put this off until next month as far as actually adopting it.
Is that agreeable? Take a month to look it over and then adopt it.
Yeah, I'll make a
next month.
motion, we wait a month and look it over.
Okay, and is there a second?
Come back.
Second.
Motion second to postpone adoption of the annual plan for 1 month so we can have a chance to look at it. All in favor of motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Bill.
Like I said, as always, any and all questions and comments are always more than welcome. Okay, all right, now then with the annual report, we actually, there's about another $2,000 though this year was generated through, primarily because of a couple larger projects with the building permit fees, which is why we had a jump of actually about $1,300 compared to last year. And the outlier on 2015 with that $28,000, that was with the fees that were associated with the initial fees for the wind farm special hearing. That's where that comes from, that larger number. Okay, but there's a total of 153 permits. The largest one is, just like most years, is the people upgrading their electric. And most of those are some people replacing panels with with the same, but most of those are we do have a lot of people that are going from 60 amps to, mostly it's people going up to 200 amps. Have had a few people who, through insurance and then also to be able to sell a property or buy a property, is between insurance companies and mortgage holders, they're pretty loath to either insure or to lend money for something with 60 amps. Kind of a fire hazard.
I move to accept the director's report as presented.
Have a motion and a second to accept the director's annual report. Any questions on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Do you want to bring this forward? You want to do it there?
Was that?
Was you going to? No, that way.
Oh, well, we don't need to really discuss that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's the,
Okay,
that's primarily to let the officers know what's going on.
the next item on the agenda is adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.
The January 8th, 2018 meeting of the Fayette County Board of Zoning Appeals is now called to order. Would all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Deb, if you could do the roll call, please.
Carrie Steele. Kenny Burgess. Bill Crawford.
Here.
Ruby Seiler.
Here.
Jason Waterman.
Here.
Bill McDaniel.
Present.
Colin Judd.
Here.
And myself.
We have a quorum present. And next would be, let's move forward to introduction of new members first. So, Ruby Seiler, give us a little brief rundown.
On what? Well, it's my first meeting on this, so I really don't know what's going on, but I'm interested in helping the city and doing what I can.
All right. Yes, Ruby, you are appointed to this board from the Area Planning Commission.
Yes.
For the year. So thank you for agreeing to that.
Thank you.
The seat that was held by Kenny last year is currently vacant at the moment until the
Commissioners.
commissioners meet next week.
Probably tomorrow morning.
Well, tomorrow morning is the intent to discuss the appointments, and it probably won't be until the following meeting, which should be next week, that they'll make the appointment.
Okay, very good. So that seat hopefully will be filled soon. Then moving on to the agenda here, we have the approval of our minutes from our previous two meetings on the agenda, but the minutes for November the 13th are not ready at the moment. So we have the minutes from our joint meeting with APC on December the 11th.
And one I missed putting in there is also the one for October.
We've already approved them.
Was that?
Didn't we approve those
In
already?
December. I'm not sure how.
Oh, so you didn't delete it from it?
Yes.
You sent me.
You
Okay.
didn't catch it.
So we just
Well,
had
I
the-
thought we
okay.
did, but it's like,
Hush. We have the minutes from our December 11th meeting.
you all saw that. I was assaulted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure everybody out there heard it too.
Anyway, December 11th,
Gets
our
empty space.
meeting from that. So, motion to approve the minutes or amend them.
I'll make a motion to approve them as presented.
You have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, minutes approved. Sorry, Bill. You just need to let things go sometimes.
I don't know if that's quite the way to do it.
Anyway, moving on, we have the election of officers. We have 3 positions to fill tonight: president, vice president, and secretary. So I'll open the floor to nominations.
Well, or because with Mr. Burgess not being vacant, and then we also have Ms. Steele.
Absent.
So there's only 3 people.
We could postpone the election until next month.
I think it may,
Might be prudent.
it'd probably be prudent to do so.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to that effect? Or
I'll
no?
make a motion that we wait till next month till everyone's here.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, good. All right, next would be the director's report that we all have present in front of us.
I'll make a motion we accept it as presented.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And finally, unless there be another item of business to be brought up, a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion we adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I will second it.
All right, meeting adjourned.